Welcome to xero.style. I'm your host, Xero, the cyberspace hero. This is my vlog where I talk about cool stuff, whether it's technology, EDC gear, lifestyle, whatever. I talk about things that I like and I enjoy. This week I'm going to be showing off a big boy carry. This is a really thick pouch filled with all kinds of sweet utilitarian tools to help you through the day. This is the kind of pouch that your less couthful friends will maybe accuse you of having a merce or a man purse. And you know what? Just tell them to f*** off once they see the gear that's inside of here. They're just going to be jealous. Maybe I should start out by saying that both this hoodie and this What a Slider pouch were provided to me for free by the fine folks over at Data Crew. Carlos and Milk, I appreciate you both very much. But this is not a sponsored review kind of video. I'm showing off stuff that I like, even if it was gifted to me. All the gear inside of this pouch is my own, that I paid for, that I painstakingly won in lottos and all kinds of stuff like that. But I'm excited to show it to you, and I appreciate you so much that I've got a discount code for you that makes no kickback for me. xero.style gets you 15% off your whole order at datacrew.la or datacrewla.com, the whole order. So just a little gift from me to you because I appreciate you being here on my channel. All right, let's get off this pedestal down here, kick some of these leaves around, and I will show you the gear that I've got inside of here. The Data Crew What a Slider pouch. When these first came out and they sent me the proto to see what I thought, because I am OG pouch boy number 00. Just kidding. They sent me this pouch and asked me what I thought about it, and I said, this thing is like a slider. I just want to take a bite out of it. This thing is a very serious utilitarian pouch. It can fit a ton of gear into it. There's no two ways about it. This is a big pouch. But even though it is big, it is still compact enough that you can put this into another bag very easily, and it organizes all of your gear for you. This is one of the protos that has the original iconography of the Peak Reaper, the Pocket Reaper. The camo aesthetic is there all around, from the fabric choices to this like tan desert coyote brown waterproof zipper cover, the little stretchy elastic centerpiece, the whole thing. It's a very great aesthetic. Even the web field has a sort of camo color to it with this coyote brown webbing on it. Tried to also get some fall themed patches for you this week as well. From Crow Gear, we've got the Element Series Copper That Smell and Micarta Monday patch, as well as the Achievement Unlocked Grail Knife. From maulinimob EDC, that Pumpkin Orange Marauder. Brand new from Data Crew, the Fall Brown Louis Vuitton print Coffin. From Pete's Pirate Life here on YouTube, the Skull and Knives logo. From edcboos and Corgi Crews, this totally aesthetic tan and lime green bone pentagram. From Inkpot Artworks, the very fitting camo jaw vandal, as well as a Coke Tools brown can, and my own Xero pouchbomb, the Golden Path. There's about 10 of these left on the site, shop.xero.style. Get them while you still can. I've changed the zipper pulls. This is from Broynon Scales. He just calls this the micarta bead. It's a very neat little shaped micarta bead. We've got some green snake from Board Paracord, a wkrmn Fantastic Phantom, one of my favorite little squishy PVC zipper pulls. Very nice stretchy thing here, and I should note, I guess, this stretchy thing here actually opens to the outside of the pouch. So be wary, you can lose stuff from the inside of this pouch if it is willy-nilly. But with as much space and compartmentalization and pockets and stuff like that that this pouch has to offer, I can't see why you would be carrying stuff loose on the inside of the What a Slider. Now, if you know anything about the Data Crew slider pouch, you know that there's a web field on the inside too. And because we've got this cool brown aesthetic, I've got 3 black patches on the inside. The Plague, Misfortune Cat, Blackout, a black maulinimob EDC Marauder, and a black edcboo Ghost. I don't know if we can catch it in the light, but I just realized that these are sparkly. I've had them all this time. I had no idea that there was sparkly flecks in this thing. Yeah, so the Blackout Ranger Eye selection on the interior of the pouch. Now, as I told you before, this is a big boy carry. And I don't mean that just because this is a thick pouch. I mean that we got tools in here this week and less pocket trash. I didn't say no pocket trash, but less. But we're not going to talk about that quite first. First, we're going to talk about this. From Big Eye Design, we've got the EDC wrench. This is an adjustable wrench that is made out of just a couple pieces of titanium. This thing is adjustable, so you can go a whole gambit worth of different size nuts and bolts with this thing and use it as a great little pocket wrench. This is a great little tool if you need to take off some bolts on the side of a server rack, if you need to work on your bike. It's so thin, it's so light. It works also as a fidget toy too if you want to make it be your fidget toy. The Big Eye Design multi-tool wrench, it's a great little tool to keep with you and has a bunch of utility. I really wish the back was a pry bar. You know, Big Eye, next version. Behind that, we've got our screwdriver setup. It's a 3-piece setup. Let's start back here with the bit kit. Flexible. This kit's got just about every bit that you'd need to tackle a day-to-day task. Everything from a full-size Phillips down to a precision Phillips for your glasses. A whole array of hex, some square bits, and some flatheads. All hardened wiha bits in this very malleable little plastic container. These things will let me pretty much mess up or fix, depending on how it goes, any project I try and tackle involving a screwdriver. So we're just going to take one of these bits out here to use for the demo. It's just like a squishy little piece of plastic that these bits get held into. They come right out with just a little bit of turning and force that kind of pop out. And right here on the front of the driver, they just magnetically attach right in there, and they're not going anywhere. From Journey Tool Company, this is the Turas bit driver with the black hand-spun micarta cap, as well as a Dirty Dog copper finish. This is a very nice little handheld precision screwdriver. These are designed for tightening knives. They're made by Aaron over at Journey Tool Company, but they can do a lot of different screwdriver related tasks. This is a hand screwdriver, so it's obviously not going to work as good as a powered, like a Milwaukee or a Craftsman or something like that, but a non-powered analog screwdriver, this thing is one of my favorites. This hand-spun micarta cap on the back is just so fidgety. You can really just sit here and spin that forever. Here you can see the Journey Tool Company logo, hopefully, on the inside of that bearing here on the driver. And then this beautiful hand-spun micarta cap. Just a nice piece of black micarta. And it's just very endlessly spinny. This thing just goes and 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 goes. It is a fun little fidget tool for yourself on top of being an actual screwdriver. So 2-in-1 for you. Fidget toy, fidget tool. Yeah, we're going with that. Fidget tools from now on. That's what we're doing here. So the third and final little part of this little screwdriver kit is right here in the split pocket. I showed this off once before in a different context, but what this is this is a bit extender. You throw this right here onto the end of the turas and it gets much longer. This thing here unscrews. Has like 3 different little functions to it. 1, you could use it literally like to get some extra purchase on this knurling and use it by hand. 2, it keeps the bit recessed to a certain level if you don't want to like get your bit too deep for one reason or another. And 3rd, it kind of holds the bit into place a little extra. If you really need the extra space, this part unscrews too, but I'm not going to take it off because it takes a while. But this essentially doubles the length of the turas. And this just gives you that ability on either part you can use, whichever grip is the better place for what you're trying to do. But if you need to do some screwing that's a little bit further recessed than the turas would let you get to, this little bit extender right here is the perfect accoutrement to help you get that job done. Oh, and it's magnetized too, so you can like put this on the side of something and like it'll stay there on its own. Our bits, they sit right here in this back section all the way to the side. Got our little bit extender tucked down in here, and then our turas driver just nestled right here in this front pocket. Now, I love this material right here. It is a very stretchy kind of webbing material. It makes it so you can put things both in the front and the back section, and it sort of morphs and changes to whatever size and shape that it needs to be. It's one of my favorite parts of the Wada slider pouch is this material on this section. Well, having REs on the inside is cool and like having them protected or whatever, but I feel like this is much more utilitarian and actually useful for organizing your stuff. Now on this side of the pouch we've got more of a traditional carry setup for me. From maulinimob EDC, we've got the mini phantasm. This guy is just a little piece of machined brass that you can use as a scraper, a pry bar, a bottle opener, anything like that. It's just a nice, cool, spooky kind of shaped piece of metal that you can get enough grip on to be able to scratch and scrape some stuff that you don't want to mess up a knife or another actual sharp tool that you care about. This guy is got that haggard aesthetic already, so beat it up, bang it up, it doesn't matter. This is your tool for getting gross and grimy when you need to scrape and scratch stuff. From maulinimob EDC, the mini phantasm, with just a little cheap Amazon copper bead on the back side. That's tucked right here behind the RE web field. For the flashlight this week, we've got a pretty nice looking patinaed copper flashlight. This is from Reylight Land. This is the Pineapple Mini in copper. I forced the patina on this guy by dipping it in a bath of liver of sulfur. The liver of sulfur forces that oxidation to happen really, really fast and creates those really dark, low sections in the metal. And I love the way it looks. It's got a tail switch right here. There's a spot for a tritium vial, but they're so expensive I don't have one. And they're a very, very deep carry aluminum pocket clip. This guy, click it once, it turns on. Click it off and on again, it changes brightness 1, 2, 3 times. I think it goes up to about 150 lumens. It's perfect kind of flashlight for EDC usage. This is sadly a AA rechargeable flashlight battery. You unscrew the head right here behind the emitter. It's where your battery goes. Don't use single-use batteries. Get yourself any brand of reputable reusable batteries. I got these from Prometheus Lights. You want to take a look at the patina change right here. Take a look at the difference between this unpatinaed copper right here and the actual cool haggard aesthetic that I've got going on with the exterior of my Reylight Pineapple Mini copper flashlight. That's just tucked right back here next to our knife. This is one of my all-time favorites. Designed by Enzo Voxnaes for fox knives in Italy, this is Baby Core in natural linen micarta. Got that paired up with a natural linen micarta full-size concealed combat beads, titanium and micarta bead. Love this knife so much. You can see the brass backspacer on this knife. It's got a little bit of jimping right here for some just cool aesthetics to this knife. So I paired that up with a deep carry bronze anno clip from Lynch Northwest because I didn't really dig the wire clip that comes stock on this knife. This knife has 2 deployment mechanisms. There's a flipper tab here in the back. Give that a little flip and it'll open, as well as a spidey hole where you can flip this thing right open. We've got a nice little clip point blade shape right here. I just sharpened this pretty recently, so I'm not going to get too close. You can see Enzo Voxnaes' little bomb logo there, and then the Fox Knives Fox on the other side. The backspacer, I don't know, you could probably use this as a breacher tool if you needed to like escape from something and had to bash in a window or something like that. You probably could use the butt of this backspacer, but not that I would want to do that with this beautiful micarta knife. This guy is a liner lock. You can see right here, got some nice recessing in between those scales as well too. Beautiful cutout. Perfect ergonomics right here. This is a sharpening choil, not a finger choil. Kit bit me when I first cut this knife, and I learned my lesson real quick. Don't put your finger up on the blade at all. It goes back here. And if you are a size small glove wearer like me, you'll notice that you can barely get a 4-finger grip on this knife. So you definitely want to combo it up with a chunky bead like this one from combatbeads. Just gives you a nice full hand grip. Even if you drop it, it gives you a nice little extra thing that you can kind of catch onto and put it back into your hand pretty easily. It's got M390 steel and a beautiful like acid washed finish to this blade. Matches great with the hardware. Love everything about the aesthetics of this knife. It's got great ergonomics, it feels good in the pocket. I don't love a flipper tab on the back, but it works great. Like deployment wise, it's not even hard, like just barely run your finger down the edge of that flipper tab and it's gonna flip out unassisted, perfectly functional. Even though 9 times out of 10 I use the spidey hole because that's just how I deploy a knife because I'm Team Spyderco. But this knife, the Fox Knives Baby Core in natural linen micarta, designed by Enzo Voxnays, is definitely one of my all-time favorite knives, and it is here for this micarta pouch top. Back here, next to the flashlight, slips right in here behind the flashlight. I like to keep the clips tucked into the pocket, makes it a little more utilitarian. Alright, we got one more piece left in here. In the back zipper pocket here, grab that Wkrmn Fantastic Phantom, reach down in there and pull out one of the most amazing grail pieces of pocket trash known to man. This is the Lautie EDC Shuffle. This is a piece of copper and brass, number 140 of 440, and this is just a beautiful machined piece of metal that just clicks back and forth on these magnets so satisfyingly. It makes this really loud and obnoxious clicking noise. It's got a tactile feel, a beautiful audible ring to it. It is just so satisfying. There is no other fidget toy I've ever played with that I like as much as this. The Mechanic is a wonderful magnetic fidget toy. I love omens, I love spinners and stuff like that, but the Lautie Shuffle is just in a different league than all of the other ones. One of my all-time favorites. I collect playing cards too, so having this double aces, pocket aces motif is just right for me. I love it so much. It took me like about 2 years to find one of these in the secondary market because I missed the drop. These things all drop now on the Surplus Depot Facebook group. Link in the description below. Join up, sign up for one of those sign-up sales. It's called a sus, where first come, first serve, get however many they have on hand. Everybody else gets in on a pre-order. You're guaranteed to get one, but you gotta join the group. All the websites that you go to out there, all the websites out there, Lautie Shuffle, edc.com, fakes. The ones on Amazon, fakes. You wanna get a real one, you gotta get in on their Facebook group. That's just how it is. Slid right here into that back, front, whatever you want to call it, pocket on the Data Crew slider pouch. Always got Hank in my pocket. This week the Hank is from Ace of Hanks. I call this Hank the Casino Knight. It's got all kinds of cool casino print on it, roulette, blackjack, craps, the word's lucky. Backside has got some very nice black microfiber, some wonderfully beautiful embroidered stitching along the edge in gold, that lucky 7 Casino Night print. What do you do with a Hank? Well, step 1, you unfold it. Step 2, you clean the thing that you need to clean, like a lens, a screen, your snotty face. Hank is a great tool to have for a ton of reasons. Sometimes you want to put something on something else and you don't necessarily trust the thing that you're setting it on. Put your Hank down and set it on top and don't worry about it. Get the Hank dirty and wash it. I don't put these things in the dryer. I throw them in the washing machine and I lay them flat to dry afterwards. Hanks. All different brands, all different makers on SD and stuff like that. Just look up prints that you think look cool. Grab some Hanks, put them in your pockets. You won't regret it, I promise you. Ear goggles. They're not actually a costume piece. These are the real headphones that I use when I need to not listen to stuff around me except for music. I got big plugs in my ears, 3/4 of an inch, and over the ear headphones, they just hurt. They're not comfortable. I like on-ear headphones. They sit on top of your ear. They're much more comfortable. I don't want to say that I have really sensitive ears, but I kind of do, and I think that like this pressure amount on the cartilage feels a lot better compared to like an over-the-ear headphone. And I don't really have much of a tragus on my ear to speak of, so I can't really wear earbuds either. These things are great. They're wireless Bluetooth. I hook them up to my phone, my computer, all kinds of stuff. They've got a mic in them, but I don't think I've ever taken a call on them, but I definitely have listened to all kinds of music in all kinds of situations to turn off the outside distractions around you, focus on what you're trying to focus on with some sweet tunes in the background. JBL's, good brand. I like to listen to records on vinyl, so I don't have a huge snobby audiophile kind of take for you on the sound quality of these. I've been to too many live shows and blown out my eardrums, but I think they sound great and I don't have any problem with them. There's no latency, there's no humming or hissing. The battery life is great. They automatically turn off after a while. And come on, how about this future funk vaporwave aesthetic? And that little sort of hint of Miami colors takes me into a quick little preview for you, coming in the upcoming video next. Weirdo Wario. How about this cool little pouch from limited edition brands? It's very, very purple and teal. I've got a couple of Smash Brothers gear, 1-ups, and the collab Weirdo Wario from Future Relic Knives and Smash Brothers gear. Want to take a little peek in here? You want to see what's in there? Nah, I don't think so. Not this week anyhow. This one I'm saving for the next video. Anyhow, that's the pouch dump episode for this week. I hope yins enjoyed it. This is the Data Crew What a Slider pouch. The guys have been churning these things out. Get on the mailing list if you want to get access to these first before they go public. The last couple drops, the mailing list people have actually sold out the things. They didn't even get to go public. So if you want a What a Slider, get on the Data Crew mailing list. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like. It's the free social currency here on YouTube. Click my face down here if you're interested in subscribing. Click these boxes appearing around my face if you want to watch more of my videos right now. And if no one has told you today, you are a rad person who deserves love and praise just like everybody else in this world. Get out there today, have some fun, do something nice, and have yourself a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Later on.